Hello, my friends. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Andrew Michael, and today we are going to talk about a hot topic for people looking to move to Florida. So let me guess. You're probably somewhere else in the country, or sometimes we have people in other countries who are considering making a move to the first coast of Florida, which, if you don't know, is Northeast Florida. Jacksonville, St. Augustine, Amelia Island, those places. And you're probably asking yourself, what is the hurricane risk in Florida? And what are the most storm-prone areas? Well, in this video, we're going to explain all that. So without further ado, let's jump in. Okay, so let's look at the areas that are most likely to get hit. You have the Panhandle, which is northwest Florida. So Pensacola, Destin, any of those places. Beautiful beaches, wonderful place. But in the last 25 years, which, by the way, when I'm pulling information on this video, now I can go all the way back to the 1800s, but instead what I did was I went back 25 years. Now I'm making this video in 2025. However, as you probably know, hurricane season starts June 1st and it runs to November 30th. And we haven't had hurricane season yet, so I can't look at 2025. So I went back to 2024 and then went back 25 years and I looked at all the storms. That's how I put together this video. All right, so let's talk about the Panhandle. The Panhandle has felt the effects of 14 major storms in that time period. What is a major storm? I mean, isn't any hurricane a major storm? Maybe, but I'm defining a major storm as a Category 3 and above. And in that time period, the Panhandle of Florida has felt the effects of 14 major storms. So if you lived in the Panhandle those 25 years, you had to deal with or felt the effects of 14 different major hurricanes. Next up, we have Southwest Florida. Now, Southwest Florida is like Fort Myers, Naples, all those kinds of areas. Lovely area, I've been there a few times, it's great. However, they have felt the effect of 17 major hurricanes in those 25 years. So next up, we have Southeast Florida. So that's gonna be the Keys, Miami-Dade County, Broward County, West Palm Beach, those areas. In that same amount of time, they have had the effects of 16 major storms. Now, I actually live in St. Augustine, St. Johns County, just south of Jacksonville, in that metro area, but I grew up in Broward County, and I remember Hurricane Andrew. That came in 1992. And that wreaked havoc in the state of Florida, changed all of our building codes. It changed a lot of things in the state. I remember it. I believe I was in middle school at that time, and my dad and I went down because one of his friends had his roof torn off. My dad was a general contractor, owned a construction business, so they went down there to go replace his roof. And it was nuts. When I went down there, it looked like you were like in a war zone or something. It was, even had the army flying around and stuff. So anyway. But now let's talk about, we talked about the most prone areas for hurricanes. Now let's talk about the least. And that would be Northeast Florida. So the Jacksonville metro area. So where I happen to live, unincorporated St. Johns County. So that's north of the historic district of St. Augustine, but south of Jacksonville. But anywhere in Northeast Florida hasn't really had much hurricane activity. We've had a few close calls, but we haven't really had much storms. So I have lived here for 10 years, and the last storm that I can recall coming there was one that started as a hurricane all the way down south of Haiti and the Dominican Republic. It went to Mexico, it was in 2020, and then it made landfall in West Florida, came up to us, but by the time it got to us, it was a tropical storm. And I remember the storm because I turned off my sprinklers thinking we were gonna get a lot of rain because you're getting a tropical storm. It's a reasonable thought, or maybe even a low-level hurricane. And we didn't get anything. I had to go out in the middle of the storm and turn on my sprinklers. So, okay. The last time Northeast Florida, or St. Johns County specifically, got hit with a hurricane, meaning the eye of the storm came over, that would have been Doris, I believe, in 1964. So obviously that's outside of the 25 years, so that's why that one didn't get mentioned. Now, to say all of that doesn't mean that we haven't had any effects of it. I remember, I want to say it was Matthew, do not quote me on that one, but I want to say it was Matthew that came, and the storm itself didn't really hit us, but what did happen is some of the older neighborhoods, like Davis Shores, for instance. And if you're watching this video, you're probably looking at master plan communities like Nocatee or Rivertown or other areas to relocate your family with. Davis Shores is kind of a unique community. It is over the bridge from the historic district of St. Augustine. Those homes are much older, and when they built them, they did not elevate them out of the floodplain, or at least what we know as the floodplain today. So they often have flooding there when the rest of us don't. So in any case, so we have had some effects of storms in this area in the past 25 years, but we haven't had any real direct hits or any, like, unfortunately, like the rest of the state has. So based on the past 25-year history, if you're trying to find a home that is the least likely to get hit with a hurricane, I would think, just my opinion, I would think, looking back, that it would be Northeast Florida. So there you go. So I hope you found this video useful. Again, my name is Andrew Michael. I am a realtor and team leader for the Coastal Haven Group, and our team helps people relocate to Northeast Florida all the time. We absolutely love it. So give us a call, shoot us a text, the number's down below. You can also download, scan the QR code, or download the relocation guide. I'd be more than happy to provide that to you as a resource. Or you can just subscribe to the channel and keep watching videos, whatever works best for you. Anything I didn't mention, throw a comment down below and I will do my best to address it, or reach out to me directly. Thank you very much. Again, my name is Andrew Michael. I appreciate your time and I look forward to meeting you in person. Take care.